In the bustling city of Lagos, 10-year-old Ethan lived with his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, in a lively neighborhood in Yaba. Ethan was a bright primary 5 student at a local school, known for his love of video games and sketching. His parents owned a thriving electronics shop in Computer Village, Ikeja, working long hours to provide for their family. Every day, the school bus dropped Ethan off at their modest flat by 2:30 p.m., leaving him alone until his parents returned around 7 p.m. The empty house often felt too quiet, and Ethan missed the warmth of family time. One evening, he mustered the courage to speak up. "Mummy, Daddy, I don't like being alone at home," he said, his voice small. His mother, patting his head, replied, "We're sorry, Ethan. We're working hard for your future, but we'll figure something out." Determined to ease Ethan's loneliness, Mrs. Johnson approached their neighbor, Miss Clara, a cheerful woman in her early 30s who lived 2 flats away. Miss Clara ran a small tailoring business from her home and was well-liked in the community for her warm smile and generous spirit. "Ethan can stay with me after school," Miss Clara offered. "I'll keep an eye on him until you're back." Grateful, Ethan's parents agreed, and soon Ethan began spending his afternoons at Miss Clara's cozy flat. She welcomed him with plates of jollof rice or puff-puff, asking, "How was school today, champ?" Ethan, initially shy, warmed up to her kindness. She let him play games on her old tablet and shared funny stories about her childhood in Suralere. One day, she gifted him a sketchbook. "For your drawings, Ethan. You're so talented," she said, making him beam with pride. For weeks, Ethan enjoyed his time at Miss Clara's, but things began to shift. One humid afternoon in her living room, after Ethan finished his homework, Miss Clara sat closer than usual. "Let's play a special game," she said, her tone soft but strange. "It's our little secret, okay? No telling anyone." Ethan frowned, confused. The game wasn't fun like his usual ones at school. It made his stomach twist. "I don't like this," he mumbled, pulling away. Miss Clara laughed it off. "You'll get used to it, don't worry." But Ethan didn't. Each time it happened, he felt more uneasy, his heart racing with a fear he couldn't name. At night, he started having nightmares, waking up to damp sheets, something he hadn't done since he was younger. Shame weighed heavy on him, and he didn't know who to tell. At school, Ethan's usual spark dimmed. He stopped joining his friends' games at break time and sat quietly during art class, his sketches now dark and messy. His class teacher, Mrs. Adebayo, noticed the change. "Ethan, is everything okay?" she asked one morning, her voice gentle. Ethan stared at his desk, his throat tight. He wanted to speak, but didn't know how. Later that week, during a quiet moment, Mrs. Adebayo pulled him aside. "You can trust me, Ethan. Whatever it is, I'll help." Tears stung his eyes as he whispered, "It's Miss Clara. She makes me feel bad." Mrs. Adebayo's face softened with concern. "You're so brave for telling me," she said. "This isn't your fault." She quickly informed the school counselor and principal, who contacted Ethan's parents. When Mr. and Mrs. Johnson heard what had happened, their world crumbled. "Ethan, we're so sorry," his mother said, tears streaming as she hugged him tightly. "We should have been there." His father, usually stoic, promised, "We'll keep you safe from now on." They reported Miss Clara to the police in Alagamaji, and a kind officer spoke to Ethan, assuring him, "You did the right thing by speaking up." Miss Clara was arrested, and the neighborhood was shocked to learn the truth behind her friendly facade. Ethan's parents rearranged their shop schedule, ensuring one of them was always home after school. They also enrolled Ethan in counseling sessions in Victoria Island, where a therapist helped him process his fears and rebuild his confidence. As months passed, Ethan's nightmares faded and his bedwetting stopped. He rediscovered his love for sketching, filling his new sketchbook with vibrant drawings of Lagos life, bustling markets, Danfo buses, and bright sunsets. He rejoined his friends for video game battles at school, his laughter echoing again. One day, he approached Mrs. Adebayo after class. "Thank you for helping me," he said, his voice steady. She smiled warmly. "You're stronger than you know, Ethan." Through it all, Ethan learned a vital lesson. Speaking up when something feels wrong is always okay. There are people who will listen, believe, and protect you. His story spread quietly in Yaba, a reminder to parents. Watch closely, listen carefully, and never leave your child alone in silence. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, comment, subscribe, and share for more videos.